Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shravani Pulluri, Clinical Director, Nest Fertility Center, Madinaguda. So today we are going to discuss on what is ovulation induction and when can you plan for ovulation induction. Usually when a couple gets married, they can try naturally, without using any contraceptives for a period of 1 year, having regular intercourse during your ovulation days and all. So even after you try for 1 year, if you don't conceive, then you have to visit your fertility specialist. So for your fertility specialist will then plan for a treatment called ovulation induction. So what is ovulation induction? Ovulation induction, it is a process by which we give some medicines and injections so that your ovary develops a follicle. So what is a natural cycle that occurs in your body? So naturally every month in your ovaries, one of the follicle, it grows into a big follicle. Follicle is nothing but it looks like a water filled balloon. So that has an egg inside. So in either of your ovaries, one follicle develops naturally every month. So in this follicle there lies the egg, which is usually microscopic and not seen on scan. So this follicle, after it reaches a certain size, under the influence of hormones, it usually ruptures. So after it ruptures, the egg, whatever is there in the follicle, will get released into the tube and it lies in the tube. So during that time, when you have natural intercourse, the sperm usually travels from the vagina into the uterus and from the uterus into the tube, and then it finally reaches the egg. So once it meets the egg, it forms an embryo, and the embryo in turn goes and attaches into the uterus. So this is a natural phenomenon what takes place. So ovulation induction, we usually give medicines for the formation of follicle and for the release of egg. Both you have injections for both formation and as well as release. So why do we give injections for release of the egg? Because it usually happens naturally. What is the need to give the injection? This doubt many of them might be having. So this is to have a timed rupture. So when you give injection, you can imagine that at this time usually the follicle will rupture, and so that you can plan your intercourse accordingly. So if we leave it like that, we usually don't know when the follicle will get ruptured, and we cannot tell when to have intercourse and all. So this is for a timed rupture and timed intercourse. So when the follicle ruptures, we can usually see it on scan. We'll monitor the size of the follicle from day 10 onwards, and then when it reaches a certain size, we give a injection called trigger injection, and after this trigger injection, we'll tell you when you can plan the intercourse. Accordingly, you can have intercourse, and then you can wait for your next cycle, whether you'll miss your period or if you'll get your period. You have to consult your fertility specialist on day 2 of the next cycle. So if you have any doubts regarding the ovulation induction process, then you can feel free to visit Nest Fertility Center, Madinaguda, and please subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon below. Thank you.